Peter Parker jolts awake from another nightmare. The same one that's haunted him night after night. Exhaustion weighs him down, and he feels lost.
God, the nightmares keep getting worse. Things have been stressful, sure, but when aren't they? Aunt May isn't talking to me since I dropped out of school. I've been messing up with MJ and Black Cat.
It appears that Peter has been relying more and more on his black symbiote suit. He's distanced himself from Aunt May, dropped out of school, and is caught in a complicated love triangle with Mary Jane and Felicia Hardy, also known as Black Cat. As night falls, Peter puts on his black suit and heads out to swing through the city. The only thing that still feels right to Peter is the black suit and fighting crime as Spider-Man. The suit's immense power gives him a range of abilities, but despite this, he feels utterly exhausted, as if he hasn't truly slept in days. Even so, as Spider-Man, he continues to hunt down criminals, driven by a sense of duty he can't ignore. He spots a robber threatening an elderly woman and springs into action, clad in the black suit. Spider-Man confronts the robber with a fierceness and strength that's far more intense than usual. The robber, paralyzed with fear, believes that Spider-Man might actually kill him. Later that night, Peter is jolted awake by another terrifying nightmare, and he accidentally hits Mary Jane. Concerned, they talk about what's been going on with him lately. Mary Jane expresses her worry, believing that the black suit is having a negative effect on Peter, changing him for the worse. Peter refuses to part with the black suit. As Spider-Man, he heads out again into the night. This time, a strange voice begins to echo in his mind, leaving him unsure of its origin. Not long after, he finds himself in a fierce battle with the crazed Hobgoblin. Spider-Man's strength is overwhelming, allowing him to easily overpower Hobgoblin, nearly killing him in the process. After the fight, Peter visits Reed Richards and the rest of the Fantastic Four. Reed discovers that the black suit is actually a living alien organism. The suit's true intent is to take control of Peter and his body, but Peter refuses to believe it and swings away in denial. He goes to visit Aunt May, but their reunion is cut short when Hobgoblin attacks. In the ensuing chaos, a fire breaks out, and Aunt May is presumed dead. Consumed by grief and rage, Peter loses control of the symbiote, turning fully to the dark side. He decides to exact brutal revenge by murdering Hobgoblin. Kingpin learns that Spider-Man has killed someone and becomes intrigued by the situation. He hires assassins to hunt down and eliminate Spider-Man. Meanwhile, J. Jonah Jameson is outraged that Spider-Man has crossed the line into murder, and he is determined to publicly expose and shame him. Peter has become completely consumed by the black suit, now engaging in conversations with it as he grapples with feelings of guilt over killing Hobgoblin. The suit urges him to embrace his new reality. Not long after, Spider-Man storms into the Daily Bugle, viciously attacking J. Jonah Jameson and breaking both of his arms. With his appearance now warped, Peter resembles a twisted version of Venom. Spider-Man warns Jameson that if he continues to publish negative articles about him, he'll kill him. Shortly after, Spider-Man is ambushed by Shocker and Scorpion, who have been hired by Kingpin to take him down along with his black suit. However, Spider-Man proved too powerful for them. Using the symbiote, he savagely beats Scorpion before turning his wrath on Shocker, cutting off his hands and brutally killing him. Later, Spider-Man confronts Kingpin, displaying the lifeless bodies of Scorpion and Shocker as a warning. Kingpin, unfazed, reveals that he has discovered Spider-Man's true identity as Peter Parker. In that instant, Spider-Man strikes with lethal force, killing Kingpin without hesitation. Afterward, Peter goes on a ruthless rampage, eliminating any villains who dare to stand in his way. Reed continues his research on the symbiote, convinced that it will soon fully take control of Peter. When MJ returns home, she finds Peter levitating in his black suit, surrounded by dark webs. Peter now spends more time in the suit than in his human form, as the symbiote pushes him to abandon his humanity and evolve into something far more sinister. Doc Ock assembles a team to take down Spider-Man, orchestrated by Jameson, who now believes Spider-Man is too dangerous to remain free. However, before the plan can unfold, Eddie Brock arrives, attacking Doc Ock, determined to exact his own revenge on Spider-Man. Spider-Man soon finds himself under attack by a group of supervillains, led by Jameson in a giant robot suit. Eddie Brock, having replaced Doc Ock, is now at the forefront of the assault, driven by his personal vendetta. Eddie has claimed Doc Ock's tentacles, determined to use them for his revenge. The ensuing battle is ferocious, with Spider-Man, now a monstrous figure, relentlessly hunting down the villains in a forest. He shows no mercy, brutally killing everyone except Kraven and Jameson. In a last-ditch effort, Jameson, inside his giant robot, triggers an electric explosion that successfully separates Peter from the symbiote. Peter is finally freed, and Jameson steps in to save him, realizing that Peter was manipulated by the symbiote. Jonah now wants to help Peter recover, understanding the ordeal he's been through. Despite being free, Peter can still sense the presence of the symbiote, knowing it's lurking nearby, waiting to consume him again. Meanwhile, the alien symbiote infiltrates the Baxter building, taking control of the Thing before ultimately bonding with Reed Richards. The Avengers have gathered, strategizing on how to eliminate the alien threat. Peter shows up and joins the discussion, though Johnny Storm angrily blames him for the situation. Peter, full of resolve, vows to set things right. As he enters the building, Mary Jane and Johnny Storm follow closely behind. Together, they must find a way to stop the symbiote before it can carry out its sinister plan. Peter believes he can reason with the symbiote and put an end to its rampage. His goal is to stop the symbiote and save Reed Richards. However, the symbiote, now fully empowered and enhanced by Reed's abilities, is incredibly strong. Meanwhile, Sue is forced to fend off the other Avengers, who have all been taken over by the symbiote. They relentlessly pursue her, intent on killing her. Peter is terrified that Mary Jane might not survive this brutal conflict. Despite his exhaustion and weakened state, he pushes forward, determined to stop the symbiote. When he finally confronts it, Peter offers to surrender himself completely to the symbiote in exchange for ending the chaos. The symbiote agrees, but before leaving Reed, it kills him. Peter screams in anguish, devastated by the loss of another friend as Reed's lifeless body plummets from the building, hitting the ground below. Sue, heartbroken by her husband's death, fights through her grief, knowing she must continue the battle. As Peter tries to escape, the symbiote begins to take control of him. But as it starts to consume him, the symbiote senses that something is terribly wrong. At that crucial moment, it's revealed that Peter and Johnny swapped places, using a device to disguise their appearances. The symbiote, unaware of the switch, had been attempting to consume Johnny Storm all along. Suddenly, Johnny activates his powers, engulfing the entire monster in flames and finally destroying it. Peter and Mary Jane embrace, relieved that the war is finally over and the nightmares can come to an end. Shortly after, Peter turns himself in, ready to face the consequences for his actions. The other Avengers arrive as well, explaining that the symbiotes had taken control of their bodies, forcing them to act against their will. Matt Murdock steps in to help clear Peter's name, allowing him to return to his duties as Spider-Man. Not long after, Sue Storm approaches Peter with an offer to join the Fantastic Four as a core member. However, it's soon revealed that Kingpin has survived and is plotting his revenge. He has obtained a fragment of the alien symbiote and intends to use it in his next sinister scheme. That's it for this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And check out our other videos. Thanks for watching. Take care.